So how has your like homeland culture inspired you to kind of pursue this business?
Um, just the hospitality aspect of it all.
Mhm.
Overseas, in Lebanon and Palestine, and all the older generations when we visit back home and see our family, they're very inviting, very welcoming, very hospitable. So that kind of translates to here, and especially in the name of us. So its name Sweet Eye translates from An Halwa, which is the largest Palestinian refugee camp in Lebanon.
Wow.
So originally Palestinian, fled after the Nakba in 1948 to Lebanon to a refugee camp, and subpar living conditions there. Not too much. Everyone's just kind of barely making ends meet, and you go there and anybody will greet you, anybody will invite you over, even your second or third cousin, dad's second, third cousin that you don't even know, like felt like you known them forever. They invite you over, and you always share, time and conversation over coffee. Um, you just feel like you belong there. So we just kind of wanted to bring that here and kind of, I guess, transcribe that into this project and this
That's
thing. So
beautiful.
yeah, for sure.
Really
Thank you.
beautiful.
And then also the decor, a lot of Middle Eastern look as far as the designs, aesthetic in here, olive trees, which are native to Palestine. So, try to bring that flair here. Yep.
Yeah, I noticed you also incorporated a little bit in the drinks too. Like,
I do, yeah. Also the drinks, that's a good point. So, like the baklava latte and little rose water, it's a Middle Eastern. Not sure if it originated there, but it's obviously a very big in the Middle Eastern culture. Baklava, also the date and cardamom are both good in
oh
the
yeah.
Middle Eastern culture. So we brought those best of both worlds, a little bit of spice, a little bit of sweetness, kind of combine those. Um, what else do we have? Pistachio is very big. That's kind of been trending. Dubai chocolate is a little bit more on the trendier side, trendy inspired drink. Plus the pastry case, a lot of Middle Eastern desserts like the harissa, basbousa, baklava also. Plus your traditional croissants, milk cakes, cheesecakes. So trying to do a little Middle Eastern American specialty fusion here. So a little
It's
bit of everything.
a really good mix, and like at least from the past few times I've been here, it's just packed.
Yeah.
Especially last night, I was like, woo!
Yeah. It was a little slower last night, not gonna lie, but it's been crazy, especially with the Ramadan schedule. So that's kind of what's leading, I guess, the motive behind our late night hours for the month of March is the Ramadan hours for the Muslim community. After they break their fast, they come in, drink coffee, eat, kind of gather, after a long day of fast and kind of re-energize themselves, and nice social spot to hang out. So
it's a really, I mean, my roommates and I were all here
it is.
just
Yeah,
last
that's
night.
awesome. I was very pleased to see you guys here. That's awesome.
And a couple of them actually came back from night prayer. And actually, as someone who is not Muslim and does not celebrate Ramadan, could you give a brief kind of description of what Ramadan is? What's the significance of it?
Of course. It's the holy month in the Islamic tradition or calendar. It's 30 days, and each year it moves up 2 weeks. So the Islamic calendar goes off of the lunar calendar, which is different than your typical 365 days that we follow here. So it varies, but it's 1 month, and it's 30 days, sunset to sunrise, or sunrise to sunset of fasting. After sunset, you can break your fast. No water, no drinks, no food, no anything. Kind of doing your prayers, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like disciplining yourself or something, having control over yourself,
But for my final question, is like, so it's now the last 10 days of Ramadan. I've been seeing a lot of Middle Eastern coffee shops extend their hours. So I think you answered this kind of partially earlier. It's like, how is coffee culture intertwined with Ramadan, at least in your opinion?
I guess just after a long day of fasting, you want some energy. Obviously, the coffee has the caffeine, and also brings people together. So, everyone's kind of fasting, doing their own things, and then at the end, it's kind of nighttime. It's kind of time to relax, social gatherings, and obviously, coffee is a big part of that. Good conversation, good times, and good caffeine, I guess you can call it. So.
Yeah, so I just wanted to thank you again for kind of letting me interview you.
Of course.
And having me just come by so many times.
No, of course, yeah. I mean, the doors are open. That's what I'm saying. You're always welcome. I mean, we want everyone to feel welcome. It's a third space. We want everyone to feel invited and very comfortable when they come in. And hopefully they can experience the goal was to walk in and not feel like you're in Memphis and kind of like you're traveling the world with the coffee beans and with the aesthetic and everything else. So
I'd say you're pretty successful.
Thank you. We're trying. So